Hi everyone, good afternoon. Welcome to a new car, a new patch, a new version of ACC, a new and improved me. Kind of. I see some people in chat getting a little anxious and impatient. We're here. We've been here for about 20 minutes. We're just crap talking everyone in the server currently.
Sounds like a lot of crying to me.
Yes. As always, I'm joined by the... Well, I'm not going to call you what Benito called you. Chris Turner.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, not inbred. Thanks. Thanks, Benito.
But yeah, welcome. It's we've been off for what, 4 weeks now? 5 weeks?
Feels like forever.
Yeah, it's been a very long time. It's been kind of nice. I get my Sundays back. I get to do stuff.
I've thought about doing things and then I don't.
Same.
It's like, man, I'll stream this iRacing endurance race. No, I won't.
No. It never works that way. But a lot of things happened since we were last on. Massive update to ACC. Version 1.8. Completely reworked tire physics. Some suspension changes. New car. New graphics. DLSS. FSR. What else? I don't even know. Go read the patch notes. They're super long.
Yeah, I haven't looked into it at all. I don't, other than the car and all the physics updates and the DLSS, I don't know anything else about it.
I mean, that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah, I don't drive this game. I just watch it.
Yeah, I've completely moved over to iRacing.
Yes, Fred, Tiago's in here because he has been so excited about this car.
Green light.
He's made a lot of really inappropriate comments about it. And then earlier today he was like, well, I think I'm just gonna join you guys in the box, in the booth. And we were like, no.
Yeah, we pretty much kicked him out of here, so.
Yep, I trash talked him and made him sad, and so he's not gonna join us.
Wah. So, format for today. We're looking at, what are we looking at? 1 hour race. No pit stops enforced. Sunny track. Everyone is driving the same car, the new BMW M4 Beaver. On account of that massive grille in the front.
35 cars on grid.
Yeah. 35 cars on grid. Kind of a free-for-all, I guess. Nobody, more relaxed halfway between our structured races and our Monday races, really.
And this is being hosted through the SimGrid.
It is, yeah. We're trying something new. I pretty sure I've made it very clear that I'm not a huge fan of SGP. So yeah, we are trying something new. The server is actually not hosted by SimGrid. Server is hosted by me, us.
By you, yeah.
But yeah, we're using SimGrid to kind of get a little bit more awareness and get some more people signed up and hopefully grow the community a little bit. And we do have, I think, quite a few people today from SimGrid that are racing for the first time with us.
Yeah, there's some new names, some new faces. A lot of the old ones that you'll recognize from the Pint series.
Yeah, so as I say that, of course, my stupid race director still broke. They haven't fixed that yet. Every time we move sessions, for some reason, it freezes up.
Go.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. I love it.
And we're hoping that all these graphical improvements will help the replay feature and things like that, because they reworked how skins are loaded as well.
Yes, massive improvement to how custom liveries are loaded, supposedly. And I think Ferris and I tested this a couple of days ago on a practice server. You don't get that lag spike that you used to get when somebody would join in. Actually, you don't get the lag spike when somebody joins in at all anymore.
Hey, Fred Carl's sitting in the pit, so he is here.
Carl
he's
Big is
gonna-
not going to qualify. He is going to start last.
Yeah, I think Carl and Dale Carter and I believe Benito. I think they're all planning to start from the back.
Yes.
Although
Yeah,
Benito's
and-
out there.
I mean, you can set a time and just not hit drive.
Yeah, that's true. Just start from the pit, tool around, have some fun.
You would think that he would scare off the new people, but there's some properly quick people
Yeah.
in here.
I mean, Carbon's in here.
Yep.
Um,
Obviously, Blaine's in here.
yeah, Blaine's in here. There's some people that we don't know that were on top of the leaderboard in the practice session.
Yeah, Brian Faluna. I don't think I've ever seen him race, but in practice, he was faster than everybody else. Everybody that we know. So I think we're going to have some pretty quick people in here. Hopefully they can join us in the Pint Series too at some point if they want to. It'd be nice to get some different people up at the top. And we already have, it's first valid times coming in. So qualifying's 20 minutes free for all. Again, we're not really doing classes and splits, and it's just a fun community race. But yeah, like I mentioned, Brian Faluna already pretty much down to a 55 flat on his first qualifying lap, and it's still a fast track.
Yeah, that's an absolute blazing time.
Yeah, so he's got time to improve if he can get past who was that in front of him on track. Danny, I believe?
That's P2 in front of him. So your pole sitter is chasing P2, getting the draft.
Getting the draft or getting held up?
6 one half done as dozen the other.
Yep. Pretty much. Yeah, get to see some new faces back, like Gary.
Yeah, Gary Allen, Daddy Dale's here.
Daddy Dale's in the pits. He is not qualifying.
Nope. Some of your familiar favorites like, Ferris is here, Nick Alvarado's here, De Oliveira's here, Victor Leitchi's here. All the boys are here. Louis Castro. There's some people here that we don't know that we are going to mispronounce their name, so we
like
apologize
Tony
in advance.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just gonna call him Tony.
Yep. I think I've seen him in a different SimGrid race, I want to say. But I'm not too sure. I really have a terrible memory, so I don't remember anything most of the time.
We have 2 drivers that only have one name, kind of like Cher and Bono. We have Eric and Michael.
Well, we have one driver that has, I guess, just first letter. Yeah. Eric
Michael's in
Groom is...
P7.
Eric Groom decided he's too cool for last names. Faluna's already getting down into the low 54s. Track just went optimum. A little bit hot today. 27 ambient, 35 track. Kind of a warm day. I know with the new tire model they overheat much, much faster.
Yeah, Blaine has yet to put in a time.
Yeah, Blaine Hall is... I mean, he's on
with Ferris right behind him.
He's on a valid lap, so I don't know if he was adjusting his setup. I know him and Stas have been, for some odd reason, working on setup yesterday for 2 hours. For a community
imagine
race.
Practicing.
Yeah.
That'll get you banned on Mondays. If I find out you've been practicing, man, you're getting a penalty.
Yep, ballast. Car number 111 is parked on the side of the road. Down in what is that? Turn 2, 3? No, man, he's back in the pits. Luis Castro with the absolutely gorgeous color livery. Loving it.
Yep, driving Tiago's confused boner.
Yeah. Now, I don't think it's confused, though. I think Tiago is very certain about how he feels about the new BMW.
Yeah, if anybody watched our Bathurst race that I streamed, was it last Sunday? You would know exactly how Tiago feels about this car. Because I did a special paint job just for him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna describe that paint job.
It had Discord messages on it where he expressed his love for this car
Yes.
graphically.
Yes. Very. Tiago still, what, we're about halfway through quali and Tiago still hasn't put in a valid time.
He's probably getting bullied by faster cars, to be honest with you.
He probably is. He does tend to move out of the way a lot.
So Blaine put in the time. He's P4, but he's a second and a half back. Just in front of Nick Alvarado.
Yeah, I mean, right now nobody's really even remotely close to Faluna. I guess Danny is about half a sec, 4/10 down. But there's a considerable gap between the top three and then P4, who just became Nick Alvarado. So
Yeah,
he just
Nick
took P4 from Blaine.
Just under a second back.
Yeah, so Blaine's improving a little bit, but I think there's a lot of traffic out on track. We got, what, 36 cars now?
Yeah, I mean, normally we do split qualifying for the different classes, but since it's just community race in a single class, in a single category, we're just letting everybody go ham.
I thought I enforced categories, but we do have 3 pro liveried cars. 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, there's only 5 cars with a white badge.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And Tiago's one of them.
We're not counting it for anything. And yes, and Tiago is one of them. Somehow I don't think he's going to live up to that badge today.
Somebody pulling over on... That looks like Blaine pulling over on the main straightaway.
Blaine's teleported back to the garage.
Yep, just pulled over at start-finish line.
So, Luna looks like he parked it. He is confident enough that his 154.4 is going to hold, which as of right now, it looks like he's not even close to being punted off P1.
Oh, Tiago moves up to P12 in the number 12 car.
Well, I think Tiago's going to retire from that and just leave it where it is.
Yeah, this is the highlight of his racing career.
Blaine has made his necessary setup changes. From the looks of it, is back on track. Curious to see if whatever adjustments he made during the break, his little... Well, he is going to run into a ton of traffic, though. So I am going to be very surprised if he's going to be able to improve on his time unless everyone moves out of his way, which it doesn't look like they're going to.
Joey Spaghetti P22 currently.
Yeah, Barrett. Jay Barrett, one of the new additions, up into P21.
Yeah, until just some minutes ago, he thought he was going to miss out on this event.
Yeah, kind of surprised to see Benito down in 24th. I thought he would pull it, pull a faster lap out of his pocket somewhere.
Well, this isn't a Lambo, so he doesn't know how to drive it.
That's true, it is front engine. He is not used to it. Running the Chris Turner special livery.
Hell yeah.
Find the two most clashing colors and just barf him up on the car.
Although he has the same color on the side of the car and the wheels, which is a no-no, you have to have different colors on every piece.
See, if you made the wheels pink,
yeah,
like something
or a bright yellow or something like that. I like blue wheels because they just really pop, but then you have to do something else on the main body. But hey, what do I know?
How to make an ugly livery.
Exactly.
So just under 7 minutes to go. Still a bunch of cars out on track. We have another late addition, Raymond Ryu.
Yep, Raymond Rio, one of the few drivers to be removed from the community on SGP for driving standards.
Interesting.
Yep, I was sitting in Discord earlier in a voice chat, and maybe it was yesterday, and Dale popped in. He's like, I don't know if you know or not, but he signed up, and I was like, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't remember
standards. Yeah, this was it was at a Mazzana race. We actually had to disqualify him because of his driving standards.
Well, hopefully he's improved. I'm all for second chances and giving people another shot.
Oh yeah.
If not, I'm signed in as an admin. I can always kick him.
Very true.
You know, I wish this qualifying was exciting, but nothing matters.
Yeah, nothing is for points. It doesn't matter where you where you start on the grid, really. This is just to have some fun, try a new car, and to get people kind of excited because the fighting series starts next Sunday.
That is right, and next Sunday we're at Suzuka. And it is going to be hot and dry.
Their tires are going to cook.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard multiple people complaining in the practice server that their tires are overheating. Hey, I did not update the physics for the tires, so
No, and we chose the tracks and the weather conditions before this patch came out.
That's right. I am not the one to contact about it.
Oh, you've been contradicted by Nick Kahoot in chat.
I just said people are I just said people are complaining.
Oh, the tire HUD is yellow, so people are losing their minds.
Yeah. I don't know if the tires actually overheat. I don't care. I don't drive ACC.
Yeah.
See, where I come from in iRacing, it doesn't matter.
Tire pressures, what are those?
Yeah. Set your pressures to the lowest and just drive. Nobody cares. Realistic. The real driving simulator.
Where we've had the M4 GT3 for a while now.
I know. Still sounds like a vacuum cleaner both in ACC and in iRacing.
I use a shop vac for my vacuum cleaner.
Why?
Because I don't have a vacuum cleaner and I have a shop vac. Plus I have hardwood floors, so why would I buy a vacuum cleaner?
Fair enough. Just get a Roomba. You don't have to do
I
anything.
considered it, but I think my cats would kill it. Or they would just take up residence behind my stove permanently.
Probably.
I mean, I brought a cardboard box into my house because I had something delivered today, and they've been hiding from it for hours.
The cardboard box?
Yeah, anything new that I bring into my house, they are instantly terrified of.
Odd, I thought cats would like cardboard boxes to sit in.
Oh, they love them once they've been there for a couple days, but when it's new, not about it.
Interesting.
I built them a cat stand to sit on, you know, like, because I'm not going to buy one. I've got a bunch of wood. I built one, and they hid from it for 3 days. Wouldn't go near it.
Well, so one of my friends got a cat, and apparently he had to teach the cat how to use, you know, the scratch posts?
Oh, yeah.
So it wouldn't scratch up their furniture and stuff.
Yep.
And apparently, yeah, you have to, like, go show them that it's okay.
Oh
like,
my God, Nick. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's another reason. Thank you.
I mean, yeah, that's a risk.
Horrible.
It happens, you know.
This is how exciting our qualifying is, that we are talking about cats.
I mean, nothing is really going on. It's qualifying.
No,
I don't know where
nobody's
anyone's
really-
supposed to be. I don't know what a good time is with the BMW around here.
Yeah, nobody's moving. I mean, Nick Alvarado might jump Blaine if he can hold this 3/10 through the... Well, he's not even towards the final corner yet.
No, he's just going into the S's. Nope,
Blaine's
touch some
down this
grass.
time.
And there goes his
He
time.
is invalidated.
Yep. Yeah, Stasov might... I was gonna say he might move up to second, but I don't think so.
He's gonna
Somebody
need
just
another-
decided to...
Oh,
just
he cut. Oh, he had it. He followed whoever that purple car was. Oh, that was
Yeah, I think that
Faluna,
was- oh,
and
that
now
was
they're running
Faluna,
into each
yeah.
other.
Yeah, I think Faluna actually decided to absolutely destroy those bollards. Let's see. Now that I actually have a replay button.
Oh, snap.
Watch him get out of the S's. He's being held up a little bit. Oh, and he murdered somebody. Not sure who that was, though. Well, that's unfortunate.
Was that Lukey? The 26 car? I just saw the light blue on the front of it. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think
I mean,
so.
they're all in voice chat together. They may be talking to each other.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
I mean, Faluna's in there, so that's good.
Yeah, I think everyone I was gonna say
not-
we let
Not everybody from the race is in here, but
No. So Ryu actually up to 23rd. So whatever we did last year, looks like he has improved. I mean, he's put a valid lap in.
yeah, he's 7/10 up right now.
Yeah, he's ahead of Joey, Oliveira, Gary, Miller, like a bunch of, Brian Cody.
I mean, if he holds the 7/10, he's gonna jump all the way up
Right.
to 15th or so.
Yeah, right around Victor or Lukey.
He's almost a second up now. So he's gonna be looking at top 15.
Come on, get Thiago. Move Thiago out of... Ooh, 15th.
15th.
Yeah. So
Milo
far on
finishing
track,
up his
though,
lap.
nobody's really improved. I guess Tony's improving a little bit. He's about half a second up, so he's going to move up to maybe 29th.
Yeah,
And I
Chris
think
Paul
he
back in
just lost it.
25th is a couple tenths up. He could jump over Joey Spaghetti.
Yeah. So did you actually get a chance to drive the BMW? In
No.
ACC? No?
No, I have not driven this car yet. The guys
Okay.
were in the practice server doing mouse and keyboard the other day, so I jumped in, but I was in the Bentley.
Yeah, they
But no,
were.
I have not driven this car yet.
Okay. I was looking for some insights from somebody that's actually driven it.
Well, from what I
Professionals.
understand, it's overpowered compared to every other car.
Yes.
Also, hello, Pillow. We're just gonna call him Chris. He jumped to P21, so he jumped way over Joey Spaghetti and Benito.
Yeah, good stuff. So our grid is set.
Skin on
60-minute
skin.
race. Evening sun. So track is about as perfect as you want it. 25 ambient, 28 track. What are we looking at? Faluna, sorry. The B and the F. It's kind of blended in my brain. Up into P1, Danny. Nice to see Danny racing again. P2. Second row, we got Stasov right next to Blaine. That's going to be interesting going down into turn 1. Hopefully they keep it clean. Nick Alvarado down into 5th on row 3. I would have expected a little bit more from him. But I don't think he's driven this car all that much, and he he's not very gentle with his steering input, so he probably scrubs the tires too much. Next to him, Ferricati. Row 4, we got E, Eric Groom. Next to one of our new additions, Juan Kairos. I think he signed up for the pint this season. Then we have Michael, whoever that is. Next to Riccardi, so 2 new people. Down on row 5, Robinson. Next to Tiago on row 6. Surprised Tiago actually got it to P12, to be honest with you. Luis next to Dorcius. Raymond, who seems to have found some pace and some lap times, right next to Max Diggs. And then, well, a whole bunch of people right after them.
Yeah, on and on and on, so on and so forth.
What do you think? Clean turn 1 or pilot turn 1?
There's going to be death. There's going to be a lot of death in turn 1.
I was hoping that, well, most of our top 10 is people that we know. So I know they're going to keep it clean. But Luna, if he can get away, he's not going to crash into anybody. And I don't think Danny's going to.
I know Milo's in the race, so hopefully did his, pre-race briefing. Everybody take it easy. Turn 1. I mean, there are no points. There is no penalties, but, it's a fun hour race. Just take it easy. Don't ruin it.
Yep.
Unless you've been try-hard and practicing, nobody's really familiar with the car. There shouldn't be a whole lot of, pro setups and stuff like that available yet.
Except for Stasov.
Yeah, except for Stasov and Blaine, and probably Nick has one, and Ferris has got his strobes going.
Of course he does. Nothing surprising there. I will say, I do like what they've done with the graphics. I think they added some blur or some kind of depth effect into the replays or into the external cameras, because it looks a lot better than it used to. I mean, it could also be that I'm running it at 150% resolution.
That could be it.
Yeah. I don't need FPS. I'm not racing. Carl Big all the way down in 37th, right behind Dale.
Starting from the back, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think it was Fred that was betting $5 that Carl will finish in the top 5.
All right, we'll see. I mean, I expect half the field to crash out at some point on lap 1.
I think we have a tip thing on the channel now, so if he doesn't, you send $5 to New World Sim Racing.
We do. I think it's exclamation point tip. I could be wrong.
No.
I'm not the one that manages this.
Fred says he'll have Carl's legs broken if he doesn't. The week before the pint.
Uncanny thing for me is car's always perfectly centered. Yeah, there's a couple of things that throw me off. Is when you switch cameras, sometimes in some corners it's like the camera is stuck on a turn and then it immediately pans to the car. I forget exactly where it happens, but on some tracks it happens a lot, which throws me off a little bit.
Oh yeah, Imola is terrible for that.
Yeah.
Green light, give it okay.
Here we go.
Yep.
Looks like Stasov is going around the outside. They are too wide, side by side. There's a lot of bumping.
Yep, Stasov's going to extend his elbows. Faluna got a pretty decent start.
Stasov got a terrible start. Overran the corner. Everybody overran the corner. Blaine overran it. Yeah, Faluna got a terrible start, and Stasov was on his side, and they bumped each other.
Yeah, Stasov extended his elbows there. I mean, Faluna tried to squeeze him a little bit into the pit lane wall.
Yeah, we got a lot of
so far though, I don't really see any yellow flags on the
we
map.
got some yellows back at the back. Still waiting for live timing to catch up.
Yeah, it looks like Hello has fallen back quite a bit. He started 21st, he's all the way down into 35th now. Same with Oliveira, who's down into 36th. See if I can get a replay of this. Yep, and there they are. So Oliveira and Chris Hello, I think
Hello. And then Scobie's back at the back.
Yes. And Scobie back at the back. So Carl Big has made it up to 33rd, so he's gained about 4 spots in lap 1 already. So not a lot of good. Actually, it was honestly, I want to say it was a clean first lap for the most part.
Yeah, that's the only incident that I saw.
Yeah.
I mean, it's recording about 7 so far, but I think that's a lot of just people door banging and stuff like that, so.
Right. Stasov has made it up in front. He is being pushed by Danny. Danny's looking to get around him. Stasov did say he had a quote-unquote fast setup here. I think he was hitting about, what, 248 before turn 1? According to his own calculations. So I don't think Danny's going to be able to get by him before turn 1. He's going to have to find some room somewhere in the S's or in the middle section.
Nick is trying to go on the outside of Faluna, but that's not going to work. And now he's going to get a little bump from behind.
Nick bump drafting Faluna there.
Yep, and that's going to Blanger on the outside. That's a gutsy move. He's still alongside Blanger. Nick just shut the door.
Yeah, Nick making his car 15 feet wide for Blaine, not letting him by.
Yeah, he about took Blaine's front bumper off.
Nick flashing his lights at Faluna, saying, hey, let me by. And Faluna's going, leave me alone, I know what I'm doing.
I mean,
yeah.
Do you think Nick is like, hey, I'm an esports driver, you need to let me go?
No, I think Nick is going, F this piece of shit car.
It's not a Honda? He doesn't want to drive it?
At least that's what he was saying in practice. So.
Uh-oh, we have Flynn dropping down the list. He is way back at the back.
Yeah. Hans Bostenberg is mowing some grass down, what is that, out of the hairpin? I'm not sure what happened there. Let's see. Oh, yep, he just spun it into the hairpin. Solo accident. That was an interesting one from him. So that's going to drop him all the way down to 34th, right in front of Flynn. It looks like he has a little bit of damage in his front end. I don't know if he maybe tapped somebody on the rear.
Yep, I've got a replay if you want to watch it. They are headed up the hill and Flynn laid on his brakes. Just gets into the back end of somebody, and then it looks like Gary Allen or Barrett, I'm not sure, but he ends up out in sand trap.
Yeah, Benito, that was a good save from him. So that's another thing that I've heard is different on these new tires. The car is much easier to save. To catch slides in and not just spin around like you used to before. So that's nice to see that even though Benito got bumped going into the like turn 4, he didn't just, you know, spin. And Joey Meliti goes way wide into turn 1.
Yeah, because ACC physics are notorious for car contact and one of them just getting yeeted off the track.
Yep, and I think Scobie, oh, somebody looks like they disconnect. Scobie bumped somebody going into turn 1 also.
Yeah, Scobie's back at the back of the pack.
Yeah, so Scobie goes wide, gets bumped by Joey, and then bumps into somebody else, and I think that might have been Flynn.
Yeah, Flynn is in the pit right now.
Yep. Yeah, so we do have some contact down at the back. Up in front, though, Stasov still holding on to P1, Danny still P2, still trying to catch him.
So Ferris is past Gabriel Riccardi and is now stuck behind, I believe that's Juan.
That is Juan, yes.
But Ferris trying to make his way up towards the front of the pack.
Yeah, Thiago's still in 12th, right where he started, so it looks like a lot of these people are actually where, you know, kind of close to where they were. Stas have gained 2 positions. Faluna down in 3rd, lost a couple at the start. Danny still in 2nd. Nick Alvarado moved up 1. So we got some shuffling up at the front. And then, of course, we got a little more incidents down, further down the field. Paul Miles catching up to Luis Castro here. Trying to make a move into T1. He's going to go around the inside, try to bully Luis out. He does have the inside line, but he has to brake a little bit harder. Luis goes way wide, though.
Yeah, good on Luis leaving him enough room knowing he was there.
Yep, looks like Milo kind of backed out of that one, though, so I don't know if he thought maybe Luis wouldn't leave the door open. Maybe, you know. Milo is a very clean racer above all. Probably because he gets punted off by everyone.
Yeah, he gets murdered a lot.
Further down the field, we got Armando on Carl Big. So Armando Iglesias fighting with Carl Big down in the 25th. They're just going to drag race it.
Yeah, Carl's
Armando
on the outside
has
of that,
the inside line, so Carl's going to have to back out of this.
What's up, Mike? We got Mike Jackson in chat.
Yeah, so Carl's going to try to make a move here going down to the hairpin. Let's see if he can outbrake Armando. Nope, Armando closing the door, getting defensive. Oh, and he
Carl's
gets a
got the
little
inside,
wide.
though. Yeah, he ran a little bit deep into that corner.
Yeah, that's all Carl needs. That's another spot gained.
Yeah, if you don't keep it tight, Carl's going to be right up on your inside.
Yep, a little bit further up the field, we got Max, Dorcius, and Sauer fighting for 14, 15, and 16 here. As we go into the final chicane. Good line by Dylan.
Yeah, he had a way better run, but had to ditch out of that one.
Yeah, just went a little too hot into the last turn.
Well, Sauer's used to being up at the front of the pack, so being about mid-pack is not typically where he's at. Diggs has to take a way wide line to not rear-end Rio.
Yep. And Sauer almost got the inside line on Dorcius here as they go up into turn 2 and 3. So he is going to be able to outbrake him and take that position from him. So Sauer's going to move up to 15th. Dorcius is going to fall back 1.
Danny's trying to make a move on Stasiv.
Yeah, from what I understand though, Stasiv is going to run much faster straight line speed. I think he's running lower wing. I don't know what he did exactly on the setup. He did say though that he is getting faster straight line speed than almost everyone else on track. And I mean, looking at quote unquote the speed trap, him and Blaine have the highest speeds right now at 243 and 242.
Right. Yeah, but Danny is all over the back of his car.
Yeah, if you're gonna pass, you're gonna need to do it somewhere in
You have to do it in a corner.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to get a draft and get him on the straights anywhere.
They've got Baron and Victor Leachy hounding Gary Allen for P20. Good to see Gary so far up the list.
Yeah, Hans is closing in on Bjorn Durand. We got a couple of battles on track. Barrett, another new addition to our Sunday race, down in P21st. Again, yeah, just hanging on to the back of Gary. He's going to try and make a move here.
Yeah,
down to
Gary
the last
notorious
turn.
for his hatred of ACC.
Yeah, so Gary kind of closed the door on Barrett going into the last turn, and Barrett had to back out, and that gave Gary a much better exit. Meanwhile, Victor behind them is just kind of waiting.
Oh, Gary runs way wide. Gary had a terrible exit.
Yep, Barrett's going to peek around the inside.
Tiago is off. Tiago is off the track.
Oh no.
He has rejoined right in front of Rio.
Yeah.
He looked like he was making a move on Riccardi and then just overran a corner.
See what happened here. So he tries to go up the inside, slots back in. Oh, and he actually almost bumps Riccardi
Yep.
and then goes off track.
I mean, good for Thiago for bailing out of it instead of killing somebody.
Yep. Sadie put in the squeeze on Kairos. Up into the S's. So if he can get a good exit out of here, he should have a better run going up the hill, down into the chicane.
Oh, Diggs on Rio. They're going to be side by side. Oh, Rio's going to hug the apex. See if Diggs can get on the inside and get a better run.
He has the inside line now, so they're going to,
He's
again, just
alongside.
straight drag race, and I think Rio's going to back out of this.
Yeah, Diggs got his nose just far enough into where he was alongside.
Oh,
they're
and Rio
touch.
Taps. Oh, no.
That is...
Yep.
Louis Castro got... Louis Castro's going to win on that whole thing, and he's going to be side by side with Dimitri Dorsius.
As Diggs rejoins the track, hopefully he doesn't punt anyone off.
That is an issue we had with Rio, is just driving through people.
Yeah. Michael, no last name, all over the back of Blaine, down in P7.
And Ferris has made a move right behind him on Juan. So Ferris has just relieved him of that position. Beautiful move by Ferris.
Down into turn 2. Yep, just gets the inside line. Yep, good clean move. So Ferris up to 8th now. Castro all over the back of Ryu. And Dorsius just kind of hanging back, both of them, waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, Castro must have just got by Dorsius because it still shows Louis being behind him. There, it's finally updated.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Carl Big P22, all over the back of Max Diggs.
I think Dale had a bit of an incident. Yep, Dale just lost it.
Yeah, Dale said he was going to do about 4 laps, spin the car, and then quit. So this may be it for Dale.
Well, he definitely lost it, and he definitely spun. So,
Now, will he carry on, though?
he's still on track. Nick Alvarado, right now Faluna has the fastest lap of the race. With a 55.7. Nick Alvarado's going to go around the outside into turn 1. Faluna's going to put the squeeze on him and squeeze him off track. Really good defensive line from Faluna there. So Nick Alvarado's going to have to back out of that one. He tried to put the move on him. Faluna just went super defensive. But Nick is going to come right back down into turn 4 and 5 here. I don't think he's going to get a better exit though. So he's not going to be able to do anything, but now at least he knows that Faluna's going to squeeze him out if he has to. Yep, Danny still can't get past Stasiv. But they have put a huge gap between them and 3rd place.
I mean, 15 minutes in, been pretty clean so far. Other than the couple little taps here and there that we've seen. Some people overrunning some corners and things like that. But other than that, I mean, nothing real egregious.
Yep. Nick Alvarado promoting his Fiverr coaching on his team name. Man, who wants to get coached by 4th place?
Carl is stuck behind Max Diggs and Victor. Like, they are 2 wide
3?
going to the hairpin. Yeah.
Almost 3 wide going into the hairpin. Wow. That is...
But Carl, I mean, there's just nowhere for him to go because Max is defending the heck out of him.
Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, you're racing for position. That's your spot.
Yep.
Yep. Just because someone might be faster than you doesn't mean you have to give it up.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, Carl's going to peek around the outside. No move there. Got to slot back in, going through the S's here.
And that's what these, I mean, the faster guys, that's what they want. They want somebody to race them. Like Nick Cahoot hates it when you get out of his way because you know he's faster. Like, just race the guy.
You're
Even if
saying
you know
he
he's gonna
hates
pass
Thiago.
you. Yeah, he hates Thiago. But even if you know he's gonna pass you at some point, I mean, put up a fight.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
never know. He could make a mistake and kill himself.
Nick says he specifically hates when Thiago gets out of the way.
Yeah. Like, I blocked the heck out of Ferris for like 3 or 4 laps in a race, even though I knew he was going to pass me, but I was like, nope, I'm just going to be really wide.
And we got a bit of a battle down in the 30th with Hans, Bjorn, and Lukey.
Oh, Carl's got the inside on Max Diggs, but Max is going to be the inside coming into turn 2. Oh, it looks like Carl's going to clear him, though.
Max is going to get the inside.
Good job, Max.
So he is going to hold that line. Nope, no mandatory stop. If you want to stop, go ahead. We left it open. It's whatever strategy you want. If you want to change tires, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just an hour-long fun run.
Lukey lost a couple of positions.
Yeah,
as he goes around the outside of Vostenberg. Lukey's going to get 30th back. I think he went a little bit wide. Ferris Sadie is slowly catching up to Michael. Which Michael? I don't know.
It's just Michael.
Yep, Ferris
like,
last lap was
Bono.
almost a full second up. Ferris with a 56.2 and Michael with the 57.1, but right now they're neck and neck in lap time.
So Alberto still can't get by Faluna, but now he has Eric Groom. So this is about to get interesting.
Yeah, and Big is right on Max's bumper, but Max is just pulling the most defensive lines, and Carl just can't get past him.
Eric is sticking his nose in there.
Yeah, a little bit of weaving on the straight, you know. Stuff that would get you banned by the FIA.
We're allowed one move, right? To break the draft?
Yeah, unless you're Max Verstappen, then you're allowed like 3.
Yeah.
I think you're allowed more than one. Oh, and Carl gets a little loose coming out of turn 1. Rear end stepped out a little bit on him.
Trying to get that power down a little bit too early.
Hi, Webbloom.
Is that Eric Blumenkrantz?
Or We Bloom?
Probably not.
Man,
Maybe.
I don't know.
I just see the bloom, and I think Blumenkrantz.
For some reason I thought Webbloom, whatever that means.
Well, a loom is the thing that you use for spinning yarn.
Yeah, but that's LOM.
I know. I'm just trying to help you out, man.
I don't need your help, man.
I never said you know how to spell.
I don't. That's why my nickname is Good Speller.
There you go.
So Ferris Sadie caught up to Michael. Gonna be interesting to see if he can get past him now as they come around the last turn here. Looks like Michael.
Ferris is he being held up by Michael, or are they running pretty similar lap times?
Well, I think he's being held up because he gained about 2 seconds in the last couple of laps. So I think Michael's holding him up a little bit.
Was right. It is Blumenkrantz.
Yeah. But these cars are very wide. They're huge. I think they're some of the biggest GT3 cars in terms of width. I mean, this thing's bigger than the old M6.
Yeah, it's practically an SUV.
Pretty much. So I think the aero wash you get from being behind it is not going to help you a lot. Which is probably why we're seeing some people struggle following close, like Carl. Carl still hasn't managed to get past Max. And, I mean, no offense to Max, but I think Carl's a little bit quicker.
Yeah, Carl is a bit better driver than Max is. But that's the other thing, is everybody's in the same car, so nobody really has that much of an advantage. So if you can, keep the car on track and on your line and not mess up too awful much, a guy who's considerably faster than you, maybe in a mid-engine car or something like that, is
Yep.
not going to have that much of an advantage.
Yep. And Faluna has dropped a couple of spots, so he's down into P5 now.
So this is going to be interesting because
What happened here? Oh,
Max
looks like he
Diggs and
got.
Victor Leitchi are side by side in the hairpin, and Carl is going to use it to sneak past Max Diggs. He's going to use Victor. Yep, he has passed Max Diggs.
Max has actually dropped 2 spots.
No, Max has lost
one.
to Carl.
Mm-hmm.
And Carl is side by side with Victor, coming up the hill.
And Victor's gonna leave the door just a little bit open for Carl there. That's all Carl really needs.
Well, Victor took the racing line, and Carl's just like, I'm just going to use the inside here, ride the curb.
They're gonna go too wide into the last chicane. Oh, Carl's gonna back out of it. Victor
But
does
he's
have
gonna
to
get a
take the
way better
super
line.
wide line.
And he's going to run
Oh, and Carl
off
is
the track.
off.
And Max Diggs is going to come in and kill both of them. Victor's going to go into the pit now. Oh, no. Victor got bumped into the pit lane.
Let's see. Let's see what happened here. So Victor goes way wide into the chicane, cuts the chicane.
Comes back on and forces Carl into the grass.
Oh, and Max bullied
And then Max
Victor
bumps him
into the
pit lane.
pits. Oh man.
It's going to be an oof.
Yep. was
Looks
a
like
hell of a
Blaine
move.
has lost some positions. Blaine is down to P6.
Yeah, not sure what happened there.
Because
Well, unfortunately, Victor continues the trend of being killed every race.
Michael, because Michael was ahead of Ferris and Juan, but now he is falling back.
Yeah, something must have happened to Michael. Looks like his car is, pretty loose.
Let me see if
So I don't
can
know.
get a replay.
Like Nick said, tire management is going to become an issue later on. So with the new tires, I did notice the 4 laps that I've done. So this is all scientific. It's much easier to get the rear end loose. It's also easier to scrub your tires. So I think for some of these people, as time goes on, you're going to see some spins and some big power slides, I would assume. Poor Victor. What an unplanned drive-through.
Yeah. You think he stopped for tires and fuel?
What happened to Big? Nothing. He actually started last on purpose. So Carl started last on purpose. He's all the way up to P21. So, good recovery drive, I guess.
Yeah. Last to first challenge.
Yeah.
I've got a replay on Michael. Ferris made a good move into turn 1 and got the position fairly, and then going into whatever turn this is, I don't know the numbers. Michael just runs wide.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is... Was that understeer? Did he forget to brake?
And then comes back on, and he's going to get passed by Juan there.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if he didn't brake enough or he was in Ferris's slipstream.
Yeah,
Either way, he lost 2 positions in a couple corners.
That was an interesting move there. Not the line I would take. Milo has caught up to Benito. And now Milo's going to try and get past him. As they come around the hairpin here. Benito with the beautiful livery, like I mentioned.
You leave Benito alone.
And Milo's going to try and peek around the outside. Try to break that arrow. Oh, and Benito goes way wide, so they're going to go up the hill. Milo's going to bump Benito in the back. But he is going to have a little bit better exit coming up the hill into the last chicane. I don't think that's going to be enough, though. Jixer predicts the BMW will win. You know what? I will put money on that, yes. I think it's going to be at M4.
Not if we disqualify everybody. Then nobody wins.
Eric Groom is in the pits. So I guess Eric decided I'm going to do a one-stopper.
So I've got a replay of Faluna, how he lost P3 and dropped back a couple positions. I don't know why his car is not purple in the replay, but it is what it is. It catches that inside curve and almost dies, and he loses out to Nick Alvarado and Eric Groom.
Well, he's going to get the Eric Groom spot back because Eric is just coming back on track down in P9. 10th now. So Eric is the only car on track so far that's actually done a stop.
The only other car to go into the pit was Victor.
Yep. Not by choice. Carl has caught back up to Max Diggs. So let's see if he has an easier time getting around. Max has some damage on his front bumper, probably from sending Victor to the Shadow Realm. As they come around the hairpin here. And Carl is right on the back of Diggs. I mean, their bumpers are almost touching going in there. And again, no offense to Gary, but I think they're both going to be held up here.
Oh yeah, big time. I mean, Gary's just doing his thing, having a good old time. P17.
Yeah, it's nice to see Gary enjoying ACC again. Hopefully he's enjoying it, I don't know.
I was gonna say, I don't know if he's enjoying it. He's probably complaining. You know Gary.
Yeah, Carl's... Let's see if he tries to make a move here going to the chicane. Max is going to close the door. Carl's going to swing back around the outside, get the better racing line, but Max is going to hold it. So, really good defensive driving there.
So P1 and P2, Stanislav and Bisden ran mid-57s last lap. Nick Alvarado P3 ran a 56.3, so a full second faster.
Carl Big is going to drag race Max Diggs down to turn 1. Let's see who gets the better braking.
See if he's got the cojones to brake late.
He does. Gary looks like he spun.
Gary has spun?
Yep. So that's going to let Max and Carl by. Let's see what happened to Gary here. Going down to turn 1. Nobody around him. Just braking. Does he get tapped? Nope. He just cuts the turn, gets on the grass, and has a little bit of a moment.
Hit that curb and unsettle the car, and the back end just comes around.
I can't do that.
So
at the Nürburgring. Dale is still in the server.
GG Dale.
So
driving the number 1 car.
Yeah. Nope, he's still in the server. Eric Groom has dropped down to 20th. I don't know if something happened to him. I mean, he came back out. I think 10th or 11th.
We have some cars coming out of the pit, and we're about halfway through, so people are pitting. The leaders have caught a car coming out of the pit who has parked on the apex and then spun in T1. I'm not sure who that was, but they are still sitting there.
Barrett is in the pits currently. Eric going around the outside of Tony. I'm gonna say his last name is Raharidzeri, but I'm sorry if I butcher it.
I mean, that sounds right.
Yep. Eric is pretty much close enough to bump draft him as they go up the hill into the chicane. Amazon ads recommended collagen peptides. What are those for?
Huh. I mean, the Amazon ads are based off of your search history, so...
Hans Wostenberg trying to make a move on Iglesias.
Get him, Hans.
Get him.
Iglesias all over the curbs.
Carl Big still stuck behind Max Diggs. Carl has found his match. He's found Ferris Jr. the one car he just can't get past. For the better part of, what, 10-15 minutes now?
Yeah, I mean, he was by him, but then he got run off the track by Victor. Got stuck back there again.
Yep. So he does have a better line going into the hairpin. Max is going to take the defensive line on the inside. Carl's going to try and outbrake him, go around the outside, but Max is good on the brakes too. So good exit from both. Yep. Nothing to really do here.
Man, Danny gets such a better run through the final chicane, and then Stasiv just drives away from him on the straightaway.
Yeah, Stasiv's straight line speed is the only thing that I think is really holding him into first.
Yeah, I've been watching him for the last couple laps, and Danny's killing him in the corners, but every straightaway, they're fixing to hit lap traffic though.
Carl's still trying to take a peek around Max. Still can't get past him. Now they're... Can't tell if they're being caught by Gary, which... Wow.
Yeah, I mean...
But Gary is right on the back of Carl there.
Yeah, he just wiped a couple tenths off of him.
Yeah. Last lap, 59 for Carl, 58.9 for Gary.
Yeah. Running with the big boys.
Mm-hmm. This is Carl's gonna peek around the inside. He is gonna get the inside line, but now he has to be around the outside for turn 2, which is not where you want to be on this track. So they're gonna do the over-under down to turn 3. Max Diggs closing the door, super defensive line.
Oh, I would have loved for Gary to stick his nose in there.
Oh, you know he would.
Yeah, I want Gary to end up on the inside of Carl big in a corner. I just think it'd be funny.
What lap times are the leaders running? So last lap for P1 was 57.3. Danny with the 57.4. Nick Alvarado, or sorry, Faluna. Last lap was a 56.5. He's the fastest on track currently. Fastest lap of the race though is also Faluna with a 55.7. So it looks like mid 56s to 57s, and I don't know if that's because of the lap traffic or tires are starting to become an issue. Because Max did lose that spot to Carl. Carl goes way wide. But Carl's not going to hold that spot for much longer. Let's see what happened here. Oh, yep. Carl just decided to touch the grass going into the S's. Yeah, that's gonna do it. Oh, and Max takes a really crappy line through the chicane, and Max is gonna lose that spot. And now here comes Gary.
Gary's gonna try to go on the outside. So Carl is finally let loose on a straightaway.
Yeah. 10 laps later, Carl is finally past Max, and I think that's gonna be it.
Yeah, how much time did he lose? I mean, he doesn't have a chance to get up to the front now.
No.
He spent so much time stuck behind Max.
No. Which means we're rich.
Heck yeah, man. $5 coming our way, baby.
Chris Pello catching up to Dave Miller. Down into 22nd. Chris is going to go look around the inside, going into turn 1.
Yeah, Dave stays way wide. I think he thought Chris was going a lot deeper than he did. I mean, that's some good awareness by both of them, but...
Dave and my ex-girlfriend have something in common.
Right. Hello. There he goes up on the inside.
Yep.
Come back at him, Dave.
Yep. Nice little over-under there. So Dave's going to get the better exit here, so he should
blocked
move.
Off on the exit. He had a way better line, but there was a car right in front of him when he went to accelerate.
Yeah,
now
what you
Lukey's
can do
gonna have a
there.
look. And we know about Lukey and his late braking. This is not a Porsche, so look for him to kill Dave Miller here.
So we go on board with Lukey into the hairpin. Oh, and Miller goes way wide into the sand.
Miller, what are you doing?
So he's going to lose a couple of spots here. Cody's going to get past him too.
I think he should give you a day off for that horrible driving.
I If it were up to him, I'm sure he would.
Gary Allen is going to put pressure on Max Diggs here. Gary gets a
Yeah.
way better run through the final chicane. He's going to have a
Oh,
peek on
he's
the
gonna
inside.
stick his nose on the inside. Almost takes out Max.
Wow.
That's a hell of a send by Gary.
That was really close. So
I think the bigger story here is Gary, who hasn't raced an ACC for what, like 4 months now?
Yeah.
Is
Gary, I hate ACC Allen.
Yeah, he is now keeping up and pushing Max Diggs, who, I mean, is one of the quicker people in New World, I think.
Yeah, he's I would say a gold driver.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say I did hear, and I kind of experienced this too. I think the new tire model behaves a little bit more like iRacing in terms of your braking and how you can push the car.
Yeah, I think Nick Alvarado's tires are done because he is not having a good time right now, and Faluna has caught him.
Yep, Faluna is probably going to have him here going into turn 1.
Yeah, Nick has been getting loose coming out of corners, and we all know how he scrubs tires, especially in the Honda. So he is probably destroyed those tires.
Yeah,
Gary's gonna make a move. Gary's going. Gary's got Max Diggs. Clean. A clean overtake.
Let's watch this again. I missed it. So they went up the S's.
Drives by him.
Oh. Yeah, Max got a little loose and Gary just goes up the inside. Wow. Go Gary. Ricciardi in the pits, so we have another car deciding to pit. And now Max Diggs is falling back and Eric Groom is going to catch up to him here in probably a couple of laps.
You got Wusenberg, P26, all over the back of Iglesias. So battles all up and down the order.
Yeah, so I think we should do a Pint Series with like a single make or something. Because this is more exciting than our regular Sunday races.
I'm just surprised at how clean it's been.
Well, and Max has gotten past Gary again. And Gary's now going to race it out with Eric Groom. Eric's going to go up the inside into turn 5.
There's a whole lot of racing against Eric Groom.
No, I don't think so either.
Because Eric's going to drive by Max again.
Yep, Hans has lost the place to Ricciardi. Let's see what happened here. Going into turn 1. Ricciardi comes out of the pits. Oh, and just squeezes out Bostenberg into turn 1. That's going to lose him a lot of time. Unfortunately, Gary's lost a couple of positions. Eric Groom is completely caught up to Max Diggs now.
See, my timing shows Ricciardi falling down the list, so he must have pit and then came out in front of Wusenberg.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Got Robeson in P9 looking to take P8 from Michael. Insert last name here.
Michael Scott.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Michael from The Office. When his girlfriend's yelling at him.
So Faluna is pushing Nick Alvarado, and I think he's causing Nick to scrub his tires faster than he would like. But he can't quite get past him as somebody goes way wide to let him by. Do you have a yellow flag? Car 222. Oh, he's back into pits. Flynn.
Yeah. That's Flynn who had the incident at the beginning of the race.
Yeah, so Flynn going into turn 1. Oh, he just went to the left and parked it.
Yeah, he already had a lot of damage on the front of his car.
Yeah, and then teleported back to the pits. So, not sure what happened there.
25, 26, 27, 4 cars, nose to tail. Let's go, boys. We got Wusenberg, Iglesias, Leite, and Riccardi.
Yeah, considering Victor's luck historically, he's going to get punted into the pit lane again.
Victor will get punted, and Wusenberg will end up... Oh, Victor almost kills himself. And now he's going to try to block.
Yep, Riccardi is going to have the inside line, though. So he is going to go over.
Iglesias ran off on the grass.
Oh, and they're going to bump in his racing. Victor's closing the door on Riccardi.
Yeah,
but Riccardi's going to get this spot. Yeah, that was.
Victor went way deep.
Oh, Victor's going to get this spot back. He is going to have a hell of a send on Riccardi into the hairpin as he puts on his blinker and lets him by again.
Yep. Good boy, Victor.
Victor being ever the gentleman.
You know, if he would not run into people, he wouldn't have to do that.
Nonsense.
Carl Big, Paul Miles for P14. Let's go.
Some Brit on Brit action.
Which one of them is going to bring it home?
Neither of them. They're going to crash out at the last lap.
Crash each other.
And they're going to let Riccardi by.
And call each other knobheads and go have a cup of tea.
Happened with Faluna because he's fallen down to 6th. And he was on the back of Nick Alvarado 4th. As Nick goes way wide in the background there. So something must have happened with Faluna.
Oops. Something up.
Nick Alvarado has lost the position to Blaine Hall. So Nick has fallen down to 4th. Ferris is behind Nick now, flashing his lights as usual. As they go around the final chicane here. So we got, what do we got? 4th, 5th, 6th. Catching up to the, what is that, a back marker in front of them? No. Oh, that is Blaine. So 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Okay, so come on, hang on, and I'll tell you when.
Too late. As Nick goes a little bit wide into turn 1, way wide into turn 1. Ferris gets a little bit loose, so Faluna and Ferris are going to swap places. Faluna's back on the back of Nick. So these people are fighting for their lives.
I was going to show you the replay of what happened with Faluna then.
Alright, what happened? Oh. Oh, is that Nick getting bumped?
Yeah, Faluna came in hot and hit back into Nick and then waited.
At least he wait, yeah, that's...
Yeah, and that let Blaine and Ferris get by.
Good stuff.
Ferris actually sent it on the inside.
Ferris is bump drafting Faluna here going into the hairpin. Faluna's going to take the inside defensive line. Ferris is going to try to do the over-under. But Faluna's going to close the door on him. So Ferris has to back off. He's going to lose a couple of tenths there. But Faluna's going to hold on to that spot. Nick Alvarado's tires must be completely gone because he just went way wide into the S's, and he's going to let by both Faluna and Ferris. So Nick is struggling.
It's on the struggle bus.
Meanwhile, in P1, Danny is on the bumper of Stasiv going to the last chicane.
Doesn't matter. Stasiv will leave him behind on the straightaway.
Well, Stasiv has to take the inside defensive line, so right now Danny has the way better exit, I would think.
It doesn't matter. They've done this 1,000 times.
And yep, Stasiv
just gonna pull away.
Yeah, you're right. Nothing you can do. And sure enough, as soon as they go into turn 1 and 2, and Danny's right on the back of him. So Nick, I think this patch is going to hurt Nick probably more than anyone else.
Yeah, because he's horrible with tires.
Yeah, I mean, he is an absolute baboon when it comes to tire management. I mean, he drives like a gorilla. I mean, he's already fallen back 2 seconds to Ferris and Faluna in 4th. So
what? Milo's doing a good job of holding off Carl Big.
yeah, doing pretty comparable lap times. 58.1 compared to 58.3 for Milo.
And Milo is a notorious mid-engine car driver. Looks like Carl might have him here, though.
Yeah, Milo goes way wide into turn 2, so Carl's going to have him. Milo's probably just going to give this spot up and not put up too much of a fight. So one more gain for Carl up into 14th. Ferris has gotten past Faluna. What happened here? Oh, Faluna goes way wide.
Taking the Thiago Alves line.
Yep, that's just going to let Ferris by.
Yeah,
Michael
Ricciardi on Ryan Cody. Back in
Michael has
P22.
lost a spot to Mark Robinson. And he's looking to get that spot back. Coming around the last turn here.
Yeah, Robinson's been hounding him for quite a while now.
Yeah, I think Robinson's gonna drive off into the sunset.
Yeah, he's
Ryan
a
Cody
really
gets
good
passed by
driver.
Ricciardi.
Yep.
Oh, yep, Ryan just went too wide. We're starting to see a couple of people now either going too wide into a turn or getting really loose coming out of a turn, so I think tires are starting to go for a couple of people.
Yeah, we're about 48 minutes into this race, and I imagine their tires are falling off big time.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, up at the front, Stasov last lap was a 57 flat, and Danny with a 57.2, and I think they were in pretty clear traffic, so lap times have dropped considerably. Fastest car on track currently is Ferris Sadie with the 56.8. Everyone else in the 58s, 57s, and then slower further down the field. So, good to know. 1 hour races are going to start being tough without swapping tires.
We've lost a couple drivers. I see Max Diggs in the Discord saying his tires were trash after about 25 minutes because he had 26.7 PSI.
Ooh, okay.
So he missed by a long shot.
Yep.
But did a heck of a job holding up Carl.
Yeah. I mean, he did his job. He made us $5.
There you go. We'll split it with him. We'll give him like
50 cents or something, I don't know.
Yeah, like
quarter.
a commission or something like that. We'll give him 5%.
Ferris Sadie, Blaine Hall is drafting a back marker going into turn 1. Ferris is going to try to get in on the action and come around the outside. That is Dale Carter in the number 1 car.
Oh, sneeze, Dale. Sneeze.
Milo is reporting his car feels like shit. Yep, so Ferris is still on the back of Blaine as Dale moves aside and lets Faluna by.
Faluna dives. Of Dale.
Yep, Dale's still in the race.
Yeah, P28.
Further down the field, Eric Groom trying to get past Gary. And I see Gary taking some really wide lines too, so I think his tires are starting to go as Eric gets past Gary. A good move there.
Yep, this is the battle for the podium.
Yeah, Blaine, Ferris, and Brian. Oh, Brian gets really loose.
The save, though.
Yeah, that is one thing that I'm very glad that they improved upon in this patch, is you can actually do that now. I mean, you look at that a couple of weeks ago in 1.7, and that would have been a spin.
Oh yeah, pre-patch that he's dead.
We've had, how many times we've had people, remember in Kyalami, I think it was, who was it? Somebody in a Porsche.
Ferris is flashing.
Who got a little loose, and then it just snaps around, and then that's it, you're done.
Yeah, it was McVeigh on Suzuka. He had snap oversteer, I think 3 or 4 times in that race.
Yeah, yeah, so it's really good to see that you can actually catch those now. Alright, Ferris also getting loose out of the last turn, so yeah, tires are starting to go.
Carl
Nick
Payton,
Alvarado
Raymond
has
Rio.
fallen back
Carl
considerably.
13th.
Yeah, gonna be interesting to see if Ryu sticks his elbows out here.
Blaine got
Brendan
by
in
Ferris.
chat. I log in randomly to stream only to hear a comment about me crashing 2 minutes in. Oh, and somebody spun into turn 1? Or where was that? No, that wasn't turn 1. Turn 4.
I mean, to be fair, everybody, we were talking about like changes to the handling and how that wouldn't have happened now.
But yes, you did spin.
But yes, yeah, you did spin.
Carl Big, trying to make his way around Ryu into turn 1. Ryu is going to give him space. Carl's going to hold the line. So one more spot gain for Carl up into 13th. Dorcius is next, about 6 seconds up. So I don't think that's going to be doable, but you never know. Yeah, I think closest battle on track. I'm curious to see if Danny is kind of holding back to make a push in the last couple of laps on Stasov, and curious to see if Ferris is going to manage to get by Blaine here. Now, remember, I am 90% positive that Ferris is running the default aggressive, and Blaine has spent 2.5 hours working on this setup. So...
Dave Miller in Discord, game crashed, had to hit my emergency stop button on my wheel as it was getting feedback from the game but not responding. He had to kill ACC.
Oof.
So
That's...
direct drive wheel or I don't know if he has a direct drive or not, but if he's got an
Yeah,
emergency
he has
stop,
a Cine Cube.
yeah. So
Yeah,
the
I've
game
had
was
that.
crashed and torquing his wheel.
I've had that happen in AMS, where I actually had to hit the emergency stop before, and it's not a fun... I mean, your wrists... Oof.
Oh yeah. I've had to reach over and shut off my entire wheelbase for.
Yeah, and one thing I don't like about AMS is there's no filter, I guess. I don't know, if somebody hits you, for example, like if you're stopped, you know, at the end of a race and somebody just plows into you, that wheel, oh boy.
Yeah,
Ferris?
we had that happen. Somebody hit Paul Miles after a race. And we were like, all right, if anybody else does that after a race and hits somebody, you're out. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
Because with people getting direct drive wheels, if you're holding on to it or you're sitting near or something like that and somebody hits you, you can really hurt yourself.
Yep. Victor is catching up to Hans. So Victor could make a move here in the last couple of laps. He's getting the toe going up the hill.
Oh, Ferris almost lost it. He got loose. He managed to save it, but he lost a little bit of space to Blaine.
And then going the S's. Nice entry.
Yeah, it was on the exit coming down the hill.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got big
Yeah, I see that.
wobble.
Well, he does have, I think, a better exit. But again, I'm going to assume that Blaine is running the same setup as Stasov, which means he's going to be hard to pass on the straights.
Yep.
As Blaine takes the super defensive line into turn 1, Ferris is going to go around the outside, try to do the over-under. Blaine's going to go deeper into turn 1, but he does have the inside line into turn 2.
I mean, that's good defense right there.
Yeah. I mean,
All Blaine
not
needs to do
surprising.
is he just needs to back Ferris into Faluna. And then Ferris becomes his problem.
Yeah, but if I know one thing about Ferris is he can make that car as wide as the track easily.
Yeah, and Ferris is used to driving BMWs because he drives it in OR. So this is not going to be that much different from the M6. I mean, it's going to be different, but you know, Blaine is used to driving the Audi.
Nick's saying that Blaine's rears are gone. I think everyone's rears are gone by now.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah, Danny has lost some time to Stasiv, and he's also on an invalid timing lap, so I think he might have gone wide somewhere. Oh, and he is... What happened here? Go back a little bit. So, see Stasiv going through the S's. Oh, he just missed his braking point and almost takes somebody else out.
That's Ryan Cody.
Yep.
Yeah, Ferris, Faluna, and Blaine, nose to tail. Ferris is looking. Blaine's going to cover up the inside.
Oh, Blaine gets really wide into the chicane, but Ferris, I mean, there's nowhere to really go there. You can't really send it. Blaine pretty much...
If that wasn't a contact, you couldn't put a sheet of paper between those two cars.
Yeah, Blaine pretty much drifted that whole entry to the chicane. Dorcius is about to lose P12 to Carl Big here. So Carl has caught up to Dorcius. He's got about right around 2 laps to get something done here. As we go back with Faluna and Sadie and Blaine Hall.
Yeah, they're about to catch some lap traffic.
Yeah, I think Stasiv is now safe from Danny.
Yeah, he's got a 1.5 second gap.
Yeah, and I'm sure that
2 laps to go.
I'm sure that off-road excursion from Danny didn't help his tire situation. Faluna almost taps Ferris on the inside there. Next week, that was serious. Yes.
Yep. Next week is week 1, Suzuka.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, if we have as close a race as this one, I will be very happy. Because this has been an excellent race so far, honestly.
Oh, Blaine gets a horrible... he got into the sand coming through the S's. Managed to block Ferris, though.
Yeah, Ferris has nowhere to go. Blaine takes the super defensive lines into every single turn. Ferris is just kind of stuck. Kind of falling back, though, and Faluna's gonna... And you got... This is it. You got 1 lap. This should be white flag.
He's having a look. He's going to tuck behind Ferris. Ferris is going to go through the sand.
Yep, Faluna's going to have the inside here. So Ferris might try to do the over-under. Nope, Faluna's going to have a way better exit, yeah. So Blaine's going to be...
Somebody going to the pit.
Blaine's going to be relieved about that. And that is Pello. Who... Did he misjudge his fuel?
It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't... I don't know how much fuel this car needs. That sucks. Last lap. Or 2 laps, however much.
I've done that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we've all done it.
I did that in the 2.4 hour Nürburgring race that we did. I misjudged my fuel in the Bentley.
Carl has gotten past Dorcius, so Carl is up in a P8, about 4 seconds back, so he's going to finish there. Victor and Hans.
Carl's P12.
What did I say? Did I say P8?
Car number 8. Yeah, he said P8.
Oops.
He's behind Thiago Alves, though. So if he can catch Thiago this lap,
yeah,
Thiago will move out of the way and let him go.
Yeah, meanwhile, Hans is trying to make his way around Ryan Cody up in front. Oh, and they're going to bump. So Victor's going to get bumped by Hans.
So we'll see if Faluna can kill Blaine going into the final. Ferris is almost on the inside of Faluna. As they come down the hill towards the final chicane.
Down the hill or up the hill?
Well, it's down the hill, then up the hill, I think. I don't know.
Uphill both ways in the snow.
Yep.
The leader has finished the race.
Just like my
Send it.
grandpa.
Send it.
Oh, Faluna's going to cover off the corner really well. So, yep, they are going to finish 3rd, 4th, and 5th. So Blaine is going to hold on to that last podium spot. Ferris is disco lighting everyone around behind him.
Yep. GG. Yep.
And
Thiago,
Victor Hans has gotten past Cody before the end of the race. As Cody, I think, had to move off and cover Victor on the inside. That gave Hans the opportunity to gain a spot right before the end.
GG Hans.
Yep. Eric Groom got past Ryu right at the end here. So Eric is going to gain 1 spot before the end.
So Stasov goes on the outside on lap 1, going into turn 1. Elbows out with Faluna, who was sitting on pole, and then holds on to win the race.
Something like that. Yeah, I do want to see this.
I smell something burning, so either my house is on fire or my neighbors are cooking out.
Good stuff. There we are. Watch lap 1 here. So yeah, Stasov, I think Faluna, I don't know, something must have happened. Stasov goes around the outside into the pit wall, kind of, yeah, pushes his elbows out. Down into turn 1, he does have the inside line. Faluna goes way wide into the turn, and that just gives Stasov P1, and that was it.
That's where Danny picked up that front end damage.
Yep. So, not much to do there.
Green light,
All
give
in
it
all,
okay.
though, fantastic race from everybody.
That was a great race.
Yeah.
And now we have Louis Castro doing donuts in the pit lane. As you do.
Yes. Yep, as you do. Well, good stuff. Thank you everyone for joining. I think this was one of the most exciting races we've had all year, honestly.
Yeah, that was that's a good way to come back from our break. I'll tell you that much. We need to do this next time.
Oh yeah. Good to see that the server didn't catch fire. I mean, I don't think we had any issues there.
I don't think anybody was complaining about connections or anything like that, so
No? So good stuff. Good to see that the drivers from SimGrid are clean, and we got, you know, Faluna, whoever that is, join our Pine Series, please.
okay, man.
We do need more people to challenge Blaine and Nick and Carl up in front.
Yeah, Stasov and
Yeah. As
all the
everyone's now
pros.
playing bumper cars in the pit lane. What the hell is going on?
I don't know, but it's fantastic.
Well, as always, thank you everyone for joining. We will see you next week, same time at Suzuka, where hopefully everyone's tires hold on till the end.
Yep, Pines are
We should do-
There is a mandatory pit stop, so
We should do one of the races this season without a mandatory pit stop. I'm just saying.
we'll have to look at the schedule,
Yep.
see which one we can make really hot.
All right, well, thank you for joining, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.